Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so excited you're here. You are in for an absolute treat tonight. So we just cannot wait to get started and share our amazing upline and team leader, Lorenzo McGrew. We're so thankful to have him. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host. We are just so blessed that whoever invited you to this call tonight must really care about you to want you to know about this technology. So thank you for being willing to join us for 30 minutes and hear this amazing testimony and get to know a little bit about what this technology is doing to absolutely change and transform people's lives. And it's why we're so excited to share it with you tonight. The call will be for 30 minutes, and our medical disclaimer is what we will be sharing tonight is for informational and educational purposes only. We have lots of doctors on our team, but they are not your doctors. And so please just know that everything that we are sharing, all LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose any or prevent any dis-ease. If you're pregnant or nursing, please check with your physician first as well. And so with that, like I said, Lorenzo is here in the house with us tonight, and he's going to be sharing his story with you and just the things that he values about LifeWave and what it has done for him and his family. So with that, Lorenzo, please come on and join us and tell us your story.
Thank you very much, Nikki. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you and very well done to all of you and your team. You guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you for what you do. So first of all, I'm gonna share with you one thing. When Mr. Ricky asked me, brother, could you share your testimonial? Like, I felt a little bit awkward because most of the testimonials have to do with the product, and I said, sure. I immediately say yes. But I said, well, you know what? I need to find a testimony with a product. And all of us have plenty of testimonies with a product. So I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm going to continue. So I said, you know what? I'm going to find one. So I'm going to share with you stories that I have not shared before. And one of them has to do when we celebrated the 15 years of LifeWave on this cruise. The company did something very amazing, like every single time. They announced, and Brother Rick is going to remember this, they announced a competition to earn this coin. And they said that there would be only 12.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Let's do it. Every single time the company does a game for us, I see it as a game, Every time they do a promotion, I like to play with it. Because life without playing life is so boring, And honestly, do I want the coin? Well, of course I want the coin, but I want to play the game. I want the game. I like that energy and the movement that it causes. So when I saw it, I said, you know what? I'm gonna earn it. So first of all, I put it there in the physical universe, and I'm gonna create it. And I started working on it because obviously, if you say I'm gonna do it and just go to sleep or watch Netflix, it's not gonna happen. So I did my business plan and my plan of action, and let's do it. So I went after that. So I was looking at the numbers, and suddenly I see that the Japanese were like hitting very hard, especially the one on number one. I mean, she was too far for me to. I said, I'm gonna get number one on my. When I saw the points that she had, I was like, oh my God. But I said one thing, you know what? I'm gonna go because I want to meet her. I want to meet that Japanese woman who is on number one. So I was everything planned, and boom, it was done. I was not a number one. I was a number four, but it's okay. I was one of the 12. And the reason why I want to tell you this, because at this moment, it's when the magic happens with the technology. Everything is ready. I got all the tickets, and we are looking forward to have a lot of fun. I'm talking to Brother Rick and so making plans. We're going to make it an amazing trip. And guess what? I had a situation. And now, before I show you the picture, I want to recommend not to text and walk when you're going down the stairs and it's raining and you have flip-flops. Well, I was doing all of that, and I ended up breaking my ribs. And we were 9 to 10 days away from going on the trip. So luckily enough, of course, I get taken to an emergency room, and the doctor says there's nothing we can do. I mean, you need to take medicine. She gave me the prescription. I said, doctor, I don't want medicine. So, well, there's nothing else you can do. And they said, no, I don't want to, I'm not going to take it. And she started laughing. I said, well, you'll see. So here's a prescription. And she told me it's gonna hurt even to breathe. And it was so true. I mean, just to think hurts, you know? So luckily enough, I never used any medicine. I used step 3 all over the place, and I put more patches on myself than any other time. And it was great. Now, it was great because I was able to not feel the pain, which of course is a blessing. But the best part was that I was able to be on the ship. I was there, and of course I went snorkeling, and we had a lot of fun, and I was there getting the coin. Now, once again, I'm going to tell you, was the coin important? What's more important, the game? You know, the part of the game. We're going to earn it. We are the winners of the coin, and then part of that was to have a dinner with David, and we had the dinner. We had the dinner. That was after the dinner. So when I saw the amazing lady who was on number 1, I immediately approached her, and I said, you know what? You need to tell me what you did. You need to tell me what you did. And she was very timid. Believe it or not, she was very timid. And she told me, no. What I did, it's just when they told me there was a cruise, I started calling people who wants to go on a cruise. And I started telling them, you know what, you just need to do this, and let's go on the cruise with me. So that was what created that amount of points on her. And when I saw her, I immediately wanted to hear from her. So hopefully you can hear what she told me. So let me ask you, what is the best
質問なんか
advice?
言いたいことなんかありません。私が習う方です。
She like to learn from you.
Well, no, but what she did is impressive. I mean, she sponsored 25 diamonds. So what advice could you give to the Mexico distributors about that?
さっきではおっしゃったことで確信を持つということをもう一回。
ライフウェーブは世界でただ一つの会社で、この商品は自信と誇りと確信がございます。使わなかったら不幸になるはずです。
So LifeWave is the only company, and the product is great. You have to believe, and なんだっけ?
自信と
Be
誇りと
proud.
Awesome.
And if you don't use it, you're missing out.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'm going to repeat that. You got to believe and be proud. And I know all of us are so proud of being part of this movement. But, and she said something, if you're not using it, you're missing out. And I feel sorry for people that they don't know still about that technology, because they are definitely missing out. So I got the coin. Now I'm going to tell you another story. On Father's Day on 2020, I went with 2 of my kids to hiking, and we did great. I had patches all over the place. I was having a lot of fun, and suddenly my daughter Paulette jumps into cold water, and I said, you know what, summer, how cold could that be? Holy moly, this is in the mountains of Arizona, okay? So I jump, and it was freezing. It was freezing. I mean, I almost felt like my body was gonna get frozen there. So in my desperation of getting out, I fell down and opened my head. So I end up in the hospital. And I want to tell you one thing. It's amazing what happens when you are vibrating the way all of you are vibrating. When you're vibrating and helping people and really putting everything out there. I'll tell you one thing. I mean, I had blood all over the place. And I immediately saw, even before my kids arrived, I saw this guy. Said, you know what, I'm going to stop the bleeding. I said, I'm a professional hiker, and he got his A kit, and indeed he stopped the bleeding. Then I saw another lady. I said, you know what, I'm a nurse, let me help him. And then I saw another lady. I said, you know, I'm a doctor, I'm going to help him. I said, holy moly, what a blessing. I mean, I wasn't on the top of the mountain, and I'll get all this help from God, from the universe. It's like I felt so blessed at that moment. So thankful. So obviously I go to the emergency room, and my kids are having fun posting my pictures and the whole thing on social media. And I had a situation because I had a meeting the next day. I said, holy moly. So I go to the doctor and say, hopefully they don't want to do something that is gonna keep me here on the hospital. So the doctor saw me and said, you know what, we cannot put in stitches, so we're gonna put staples. I said, staples? I said, when I heard staples, I was imagining that when you staple a paper or something. I was like, okay, whatever it takes. So, and I said, my main worry is that I have a meeting tomorrow, so I gotta fly this evening. And said, well, let's see how the x-rays come out. And they did all the testing that they do, which they do a great job. And they told me, well, it's under your own risk. If you want to fly, I wouldn't do it. So, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not so obedient on that arena. So after leaving the hospital, I went and started flying. In the plane, I said, I want to take a look at what I have in my head. So I got myself a picture. And then I saw that, yes, matter of fact, they stapled me like a box. So everything was great. Now, that technology, experiencing that technology those times and many other times, okay? Many other times. I can tell you many other times that I have experienced this amazing technology. Honestly, I couldn't live without it. I mean, every single place I go, I carry it with me because not only I can help my body, but I can help other people's body. But that greatest gift that I got from LiveWave, it was that for me it was a lifesaver. I mean, I'm so glad that Brother Rick is here with us. But he remember, I mean, I was like literally on the street, and I'm gonna tell you super fast my story. I mean, most of you know it, but at one point I owned 6 retail stores across the U.S. I managed millions of dollars in real estate investments. Then 2008, 2009 came in, the crisis hit hard, and I end up like actually donating most or all the properties to the banks. I lost everything, business, home, stability, and everything else. I'm not telling you this to share drama with you. I'm just telling you this why LiveWave was the greatest gift for me. I was hitting rock bottom. Okay. I went from luxurious 6,000 square foot house to sharing an apartment space with 6 people and roaches. And I'll tell you the one of the stories with roaches. I mean, it was so horrible that at one point I had to sleep with the light on, because if you turn off the light, then those roaches will start having meetings all over the place. So I just want you to know why and where I was at that moment. I was facing definitely personal turmoil, divorce, emotional struggles, etc., etc., etc. No place to call home, to be honest with you. I was feeling lost and uncertain about the future. Now, that's why I'm telling you that this was the greatest gift for me. And I hope none of you are going through this, but if you know anybody that is going through this, there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope. This vehicle can really be the lifesaver for them as well as it was for me. So the turning point was when I refused to stay defeated. At one point I said, you know what? I hate this condition. What am I going to do? I mean, I cannot depend on the government. I cannot depend on my family. I cannot depend on my friends. And it is funny, the friends, all those hundreds of friends that I had, suddenly none of them were reachable. So I said, you know what? I'm the only one that can change this condition. And I know all of you know, no matter what what is happening in your life, the only individual that can change that condition is you. So that's a realization that I had. I'm the only one that can change this condition. The good news is that I refused to stay defeated. I didn't want to have a business because with employees, I already had my share on that, and I said, you know what? No, I don't want employees. I didn't want to be employed by somebody else. I wanted to come back to the industry. So when I came back to the industry, I mean, I said, you know, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And Brother Rick is going to remember this. I said, Brother Rick, I'm going to make it happen. Just believe in me. I'm going to make it happen. And I really thank Brother Rick for believing in me, because I believe I proved it, Brother Rick. So finally, I saw LiveWave as the right vehicle. And I say finally because I knew about this technology in 2012. I knew about it in 2012. But when I really decided to jump and make it happen, it was 2016. 4 years. 4 years, I didn't do nothing. Now, I'm going to share with you the blessing of always sharing the good news with other people on this planet. Brother Rick shared the opportunity with this guy that his name doesn't come to me right now, but this guy shared it with a Puerto Rican guy, which his name was Rafael. Rafael was the one who gave me that first patch in Idaho Falls in 2012. Okay. And long story short, later on, I signed up in 2014. And then the doctor who sponsored me left the body. He decided not to do the business. The patient who sponsored the doctor, he decided not to do LiveWay because he was making a lot of money with cryptocurrency. So guess who the sponsor was of that patient of Dr. Quello? It was Brother Rick. Isn't it amazing how the blessing went back to him? I love it. And I'm so grateful to that, because originally I can tell you that I found out about LiveWave because Brother Rick shared it with his friend, who shared it with this guy in Puerto Rico, who the Rafael guy from Puerto Rico shared it with me. Not Brother Rick's friend is not in the business. Rafael never saw the light, and I'm here. And I hope Brother Rick is happy with that. So I saw the potential for transformation personally and financially. Thank you, brother. And definitely it's the greatest gift for me, because this allowed me not only to change my condition, but I have helped many other people to change their condition. So I just want you to remember one thing. For me, this is not just a product. For me, this is not just a technology. It's really a vehicle for a life transformation to whoever wants to take advantage of it. It's the way I see it. It's a Lamborghini with the keys that you can just jump in and run with it. But if you're not willing to get into the car and run with it, I mean, it's no good. If you're not willing to really do the basic, simple steps that we need to do, well, it's not going to work. But this vehicle always works. So that's why LiveWave is not just a technology. It's not just a product for me. It's definitely a vehicle for life transformation. Now, it's definitely a way to help people restore, of course, their health, their energy, their vitality, getting younger, and everything else. But it's an opportunity to rebuild financial freedom, like it did it with me. It's an opportunity to leave a legacy for your family. And you know, it's hard to find an ethical company. And I can assure you one thing. One thing I can assure you, David, the owner, is the most ethical guy I've known in this industry. Because I'll tell you, I mean, there are some situations there in the industry that I feel sorry for the owners doing that. But okay, so a new chapter begins. From loss to purpose, helping others heal and succeed, building a team, creating impact, and achieving financial freedom for sure. LiveWave is more than a business, you guys. It's a second chance of life for me. It's definitely a second chance for life. And be part of a global transformation, because this greatest gift that I got is for you as well. You can just get it. Whenever you decide to do it, just call whoever invited you to watch this Zoom, and we'll show you the simple steps how you can do it. And the best news is that you're not alone. You're not alone. You have a whole team here to work with you to reach the results that you want to create. Now, you're going to need to let us help you, because if you don't let us help you, I mean, there's nothing we can do. But if you want help, we're here to help you succeed and create whatever income you want and create whatever results you want and help as many families as you want to have that financial freedom. Now, I invite you to experience the power of this technology for yourself. Even if you're not interested in the business, just experience the technology. Because like this Japanese lady friend of ours said, you are missing out. If you're not really experiencing this technology, you're definitely missing out. Because this technology, this vehicle really help you take control of your health, your wealth, and definitely your future. And this is more than a business. And with this, I'm going to end. This is definitely more than a business. It's a movement. So, I mean, every single person in this planet will love to be part of a good movement. And this is definitely a good movement. The only actions that we do are pro-survival. The only thing that we do is help other people. So with that, thank you very much. And Nikki, I hope I didn't go over the time. Thank you very much.
You did
Superstar, brother Lorenzo.
amazing. That was so
Great job.
amazing. Thank you so much. I guess I need to, sorry, let me find the right button here.
Powerhouse.
Of
Great
course, I
job,
don't know
brother.
where the button is.
Awesome.
Oh, here we go. Oh, thank you, whoever helped me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Lorenzo, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So I love how you had a few opportunities to utilize the technology for your health, for yourself, but you didn't get into it because of that. You got into it because of the business model and the vehicle that could change your financial condition.
That is correct. 100%. 100%. That's why I feel sometimes a little bit off, because high percentage, I want to say 95% of the people go into Liveway because of the amazing products that we have. But honestly, where I was, I mean, I knew the products were great, but I needed help. I needed that lifesaver that I show. I was like drowning myself.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible. And getting to meet someone from Japan like that, and the way that she built her business. Oh my goodness, like how incredible is that? Like, I just think it's the coolest thing that we have this opportunity to get to meet people around the world that we would never, most likely get to experience or talk to in a, an environment where we're all like-minded and desire to help people, no matter whether that's with their health or their finances, or, just being a part of a team that's encouraging one another. Like you said, no one is ever alone. I just love all of that. It's so amazing. And it's amazing to me too, that you had this opportunity and, you're talking to this beautiful woman, just beautiful dress, and you can't understand her, but she's got this amazing translator. And so you're getting to have this wonderful conversation. I mean, I don't know about you all, but I'm here in Oklahoma in my little warm corner. I'm not talking to anybody who's talking Japanese, so I just think that is so amazing and so cool to have these really cool opportunities to just embrace life and embrace health and embrace people across the globe with each other, and all pursuing one purpose, making others' lives better. No matter what that person's goal is, no matter what they desire, we have a vehicle that can do that. So whether it's a small business, whether it's a large, huge, ginormous global business, whether it's helping just a few people with their health or helping people across the globe with their health, we can do all of those things, and we're doing it together, and we're encouraging one another. And so I just thank you so much for blessing us with your story tonight. So huge blessing. We really appreciate it. So we really did not get to talk about the technology very much, but actually, I would rather open up the call to ask Lorenzo. We have Lorenzo and Rick and Roy and Pastor Ed and Vicky. We have all these amazing business owners on our call tonight. And so if you want to know more about the technology, I'm going to encourage you to hop on our Monday night call at 6:00 Central Standard Time, 7:00 Eastern, and we will dive into the technology and answering questions on how it can benefit your health. But I would really like to give you all the opportunity to ask Lorenzo or Rick or Roy or Pastor Ed, whoever, questions about the business tonight. So since we have them here, please take the opportunity to ask questions about their business. So you can do that in the chat. You can raise your hand. You can unmute your microphone and ask that question, but please come on and take the opportunity to ask them some questions.
Yes. Anybody? We're ready.
Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the chat. Pastor Ed, please come on.
First of all, to say thank you, Brother Lorenzo, for
Yes.
a wonderful testimony. I didn't know that you rented with cockroaches. That'll stay in my mind forever. You know, if you would have asked them to pay rent, you probably would have cleared the rent. And I know about those animals; they're pesky little. But anyhow, what I want to do is I want to thank you, Brother Rick and Brother Roy,
Thank you.
for giving
Yes.
us always the support
Thank
that
you,
we
brother.
always need. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. And I just
That's right.
want to, I thank God that He's given us a vehicle, like you said, a movement that we can
Right.
then share this technology with the rest of the world. Take advantage of this, folks, because an opportunity like that comes only once in a lifetime. I had
That's
a
right.
chance to buy crypto when it was $20 a token. Now it's
Wow.
almost $100,000 right now.
Woo!
Had we bought it, had I bought it then, I didn't see the vision. But you know what? I'm not going to let any opportunity like that pass me by anymore. And I just thank God that we have people like you, Brother Lorenzo and Brother Rick and
Yeah.
Brother Boy, that are constantly helping us and giving us a helping hand that we need whenever we need it. And we just love you guys, and we pay it forward, because that is our mission with Sister Vicky and I in our ministry, to do everything that you have taught us so that other thousands and millions of people will be blessed around the world. So thank you, Brother Lorenzo, Brother Rick, and Brother Roy.
Yeah, amen. Thank you, Pastor Ed.
Thank you, brother.
Wow, Pastor Ed, that was well said. I just want to say something very powerful. I want to tell Brother Lorenzo, it's all about love, and he loves people, and that's why he's so successful, because he always goes that extra mile. He went 4 hours to see Pastor Ed, and I just knew a champion when I met him in networking. You know, we all meet through people through networking. That's why you always want to make friends and always remember the great ones, because the great ones come only once in a lifetime. Roy, Brother Lorenzo, Brother Pastor Ed, all these great people, Brother, Tito Nestro. We got Jim on the line. We got a lot of great people on the line. David, all these great people. We are all working together for one cause, to help others. And that's what makes a difference. Making a difference while making a fortune. There's nothing wrong with that. And we got the best opportunity in the world, and we have the best product in the world, and we have the best CEO, David Schmidt. It all starts with one man that had a dream, and he believed in Almighty God, and he planted that seed, and it grew and grew and grew. That's why we're here today.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody.
I love it. Absolutely. Jim, please come on.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, my name is Jaime Jim Rezanable. I just changed my name back to my legal name, so it's kind of a transition. But I'm in Tito Nuestro and Rick DeLuca's group, so I feel very fortunate to be on this winning team. It's great. I'm new. I've only been with Lifeway for the past 7 months now. I joined last year in June. But I've had experience with network marketing back when I was 29, or when I was 19 years old. So many years ago. My question to Lorenzo, Roy, and Rick, today is a different time compared to when I was in it in the 80s, in network marketing. With technology right now, I'd like to know, for somebody who's new like me, what are the top things that I can do leveraging the tools that are available of today to really advance and go 100 miles an hour and build a winning team and get to SPD as quickly as possible?
Brother, do you want me to take that, Brother Rick, Brother Roy?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yes.
Actually, Brother Roy, having you here, please, and I want, before Brother Roy shares his wisdom, I want you to know one thing. We're about to open the Indonesia office.
Yes.
In obviously in Indonesia. But I want you to know one thing. I hope Brother Roy can share. I don't know, Nikki, if there's time, maybe, or you can invite him for next one. The story that Brother Roy had to do to open that country is amazing. But Brother Roy, please feel free to answer to Jim.
All right, Brother Roy. Go for it. Superstar.
All right. Well, guys, it all started with the dream.
Yeah.
Actually, Brother Rick was the one that always gave me the dream. Brother Rick recruited me in 18 different network marketing companies. He is one of my best friends, and he said that he recruited me into Mango, Sango, Tango, Django, Congo, everything. And I said, Rick, lost my number. I do not want to join MLM anymore because all the company that you recruited me is going under.
Yeah.
So until I come across Liveway to Chuck Michael. You remember those days, Rick, right?
I remember those days.
So when I saw LiveWave, I said, I'm not going to do the MLM part because I want to help my mom that had problems. My mom was taking 12 different medication. So I said, well, she always had problem with her high blood pressure. So I learned that the patch can help her. But nowadays, we cannot even say anything about that amazing product or making any claim. But this is what happened. My mom was taking 12 drugs, and within 9 months, I went to acupuncture school and learned how to place these patches correctly. And then in 9 months, I was able to get rid of all her medication. Make a long story short, I said, wow, this is really unbelievable product and technology. And I learned, Roy, this is so expensive. So, you got to compare apple and an apple, mango and a mango, durian and a durian. But a lot of people compare, a loaf of bread and injection of glutathione. Of course, it's very expensive, right? So if you compare glutathione and glutathione, injection of glutathione in cyanide is $1,500. In Kaiser Permanente, maybe $500. The cheapest that I ever found was in Indonesia, which is about $50 per injection. And they can only elevate 15 to 20%, right? Our technology will increase 300%. So from there, I start sharing it with many, many of my friends, and one of them is Aloysius in Indonesia. It took us 20 years to open that country. We opened Malaysia first because I was able to found one gem of diamond, Brother Jin Long Lee, that have brought so many people into the business.
Oh, yes, Brother.
And, Brother Rick knows that. He traveled with me. Everybody was asking you, Brother Rick, where's your partner? Because every time I go to Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, or bodyguard, that's right. And Brother Rick is always there behind me. That is what you find along the way if you find a good partner in the business. But along the way, you find good partner, not so good of partner. You find somebody's going to be backstabbing you. That's along the way. But when I opened Indonesia, oh my goodness gracious. I first took $25,000 worth of work, put it in my luggage, and brought it to Indonesia. So when I recruited gold was only 7 packages.
That's right.
So I give the 7 packages to the people, and I give the application form, and then that's the way you build it. And then I got a few diamonds. I think I got like 63 diamonds. And then I shared it to David. David, we got to open office in Indonesia. And then he said, okay, let's do it. But at that time, LiveWave was so small and have no money. So I requested one of my friends who works with one of the richest men in Indonesia, and we used their office to open Indonesia. And then he registered the product, so we are legal and everything else was good. And we start selling legally in Indonesia. Lo and behold, David saw the growth. And now we are officially going to open Indonesia office on April 25th.
Woo! Thank you.
So,
wow.
Yeah. So I'm going there. I want to talk to Dr. Cho and many other. Meredith is coming, and also Dr. Cho. And a couple other leaders like Jin Long Lee will be coming there too.
All right.
So we're going to start really building Indonesia. Indonesia is going to be big because it's the 4th largest, most populated people in the world.
And man,
it is so exciting. So, Brother Rick, remember we went to Malaysia 27 times to find Brother Jin Long Lee.
Yes, I remember. It was worth it.
So we went, we went to Singapore at least around 20 sometimes. And then we found Brother Daniel Lim. And then we went to, we traveled so many times. So if you guys only join Network Marketing Only 5 company, so not 20 yet, with Rick alone is 18. So I joined a couple other company before that.
Lastdeal.com.
That is yes. That is the process of learning, because you learn, oh, this is wrong. Oh, the stair-step breakaway is very hard. Oh, the matrix is going to be very hard. So I believe, and what I have seen from all the marketing plan that I have read, this is the most simple, the most easy, and is so doable. Many millionaires are created now in LiveWave, and I am so blessed. I thank you for all of you guys that had worked hard.
Yes.
you know, I'm not going to mention number or anything, but I made a lot of money. A lot means like a lot.
Millions.
I show my check to Brother Lorenzo and Brother Rick. They
Oh,
know
yeah.
what kind of money that is possible in this
Oh,
business.
yes. Beautiful.
And Brother Lorenzo was so
Dream come
smart.
true.
I said, I want to see what is overpaid. Because, you know, I mentioned that I throw away $25,000 last week. I'm like, what the heck is that, Roy? So you guys
cap.
not there yet, but be patient. You will understand this. We learn it
Yep.
step by step. But to open a country, you got to have somebody, because I got this call, Brother Rick, Brother Lorenzo, you always, oh, Brother Roy, he's great. He's from India, want to open. All right. We'll
Yep.
see what, you know, what kind of mentality he has. Because you got to be not only tough, you got to have money. You have to have money, because without money, nothing's going to move, right? So you got to
Yeah, that's
find
right.
somebody who's rich, somebody who's very self-motivated, and somebody
Mhm.
who's ready to work hard. And I'm talking about hard.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
Rick, I show you a picture. My office, my house is full of boxes of liable products that
Like a
people
warehouse, yeah.
ordering from Indonesia.
Yeah, I remember that.
I have to stack it in the hallway of my house in my office.
You can't
And
even
then
walk
once
through
a
there.
month, I put it all together and
Yeah.
then ship it to Indonesia. In
Wow.
fact, Aloysius, until today, still missed 2 silver packages along the way.
Oh,
So we
Siempre
split the
bajaron.
loss, and everything was good. But it's so
Yeah.
much determination that you got to have to really
Yep.
build it solid. And it's been
Amen.
my pleasure, guys, to share it with you. So if you want to build a country, talk to me. I'll share you all the details and the all excitement parts. But along the way, like I said, you're going to find great people along the way. And it's been a blessing to be friends with Pastor Ed, Brother Rick, Brother Lorenzo, and many others, because it's not easy to find a good friends that's going to be having the same mission like you do. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish you all the best, and let's go forward. Be blessed, everyone.
Amen.
Awesome.
Be the
Thank you
light.
so much, Roy. Yes. Hey, Seuss, do you have a question real quick that you wanted to ask?
I do. I got more than one now after Brother Roy spoke. Brother Roy, we got to open a couple of countries, so I will get a hold of you. You offer, so I'll take your word.
All right.
Of course, definitely.
Yes. So thank you, Brother Lorenzo, for sharing. It's so inspirational. It's incredible, the story, how there was 4 generations before you that
Yeah.
gave up, you know. So that's incredible. So my question is, for those people that are in the call that they don't see themselves a Lorenzo, a Rick, a Roy, what can you tell them so they can see and think themselves as a Lorenzo, a Rick, and a Roy?
Well, I can tell you.
Aha.
I can tell you.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna talk for me. I mean, of course, Brother Roy and Brother Rick, I respect their leadership. They can share their wisdom as well. But one thing that I always tell people is like, you know, what do you want to accomplish? Where are you going? The biggest challenge that I see in the teams, they don't know where they're going. Bro. That's the biggest thing. So no
Mm.
matter how good the vehicle is, if they
Mhm.
don't know where they're going, I mean, it's just gonna go around the block. That's it.
Yeah.
So first of all, they need to know where they're going and understand that most of the people is that I want to make money. Okay, put a number. How much money you want to make?
Mm. Yep.
And then ask yourself, what is pushing you to make that money? And are you willing to do the successful actions to do it? And you know, I just recommend anyone that is like really working it and making it happen. Just put your target there, where you're gonna go, where you're gonna get, and make it happen. And just to finish this, and don't get disappointed. Don't get disappointed. Just notice what happened here. I'm a perfect example. I mean, Brother Rick didn't talk to me directly.
That's right.
What's your friend's name, brother? Your friend's name?
Brandy Club.
Yeah. And you know, this
Oh, Raul.
he sponsored his friend. And then he spoke to another friend who was the one who gave me the first patch. And notice how that blessing went back to him no matter what.
Yeah, that's right.
So just flow,
That's right.
flow out. I mean, just do daily actions. And a suggestion that I always give is like keep track of the actions you're doing. So, Brother Rick, your call.
Yes.
That's
Wow,
great.
brother. Yeah, that was fantastic, Lorenzo. I think your brother Lorenzo's hit the nail right on the head. It's all about dreaming big and where you're going. If you know where you're going, you're going to get there. You need a map. You need a direction. You need an address. You know, a vision, a destiny, and all it is about people. This is a people business. If you love people, you do very, very well. And I heard this from a long time ago from a professional network marketer. Make the biggest list you can. I always tell Roy, and make the biggest list you can, because that'll make you rich in a way where you could help other people, in a way that you could expend your wealth, right? How could you bless someone with the empty basket, right? You have to, you know that when you go flying, you know, in an airplane, and if there's a, you know, emergency landing, they always tell you to put the oxygen on your mouth first before you put it on your own child that you love more than yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of others? So in other words, folks, if you can make a difference by becoming healthy and wealthy, you can make a difference for a lot of people's lives. And it all starts with you. And you know, David has that big vision. You know, he wants to do, he says he wants to, you know, get people out of pain. All he wants to do is give us a better quality of life. Folks, Lifeway is a company with no limits. A company with a destiny. We're destined to win. All we got to do is open our mouths. Success is right at your nose, at your mouth. All you got to do is open it. A lot of people go, what is Roy's secret? What is Lorenzo's secret? I'll tell you his secret right now. You ready? His secret is he doesn't keep it a secret. He doesn't close his mouth. The more you open your mouth, the more you share it, the better the luckier you're gonna get, the blessed you're gonna get. So that's the secret, folks. God bless us all in Lifeway. Thank you, brother Lorenzo.
No,
Great job.
that's right. That's right. So I'm just
Jim,
going
you
to
got
give you a
another
real
quick question? Oh, yes,
Yeah,
go
just,
ahead, Roy.
Let me show
really,
you real quick. For you to be an SPD real quick, there are a few different ways. The way I did it in the very beginning without guidance is the slow way, because I want to heal everybody. Wrong, 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 wrong. So you want to focus on X39 and maybe Eon. If you focus on X39, when you talk about stem cell, everybody got excited. When I first, in the beginning, I said, oh, do you know what glutathione is all about? I got to talk for 3 hours and people still don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, stem cell, people already, I know about that. I know it's great, but what is it? So people already have a download from somewhere, but they don't do it because injection of stem cell is about $15,000, right?
Right.
Well, our patch is only $3.
Amen.
So, and the results are just so amazing. You know, we have people, you know, in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and everywhere around the world that follow my footsteps in the beginning. That I didn't do it right because I focus on Aeon, glutathione, energy enhancer. People are like, Roy, I'm confused.
Yeah.
So now you have headache, X39. You have stomach ache, X39. You have feet pain, X39, everything X39. And then when they come back to you, you're going to add Eon, and you want to add Ice Wave. So focus on X39 and build it like crazy. And another thing, Jesus, right? Because asked me.
Yeah.
Jesus, the way you want to build it, you got to be consistent. You cannot do, oh, I feel like recruiting people today, but next week I want to sleep. Cannot do that. Every day. When I build it with Chuck Michael, every Sunday, Chuck will get an email from me with 7 meetings, with 7 to 8 meetings per week. I said, Chuck, meet me on Monday in this restaurant, on Tuesday in that restaurant, on Wednesday on that restaurant. But I bring people. And Chuck explained it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, have a great day, Roy. And he paid the bill, but I'm the one that closed the deal.
Yes.
And usually when it's one-on-one like that, my ratio was 98%. I close everybody, but I cannot push everybody to do the business because it's 80%, 20% rules. You know, the Pareto rules apply. 80% of people do not have vision. Only the 20% have somewhat of a vision. And then later on, the 20% of your 20%, which is about 4%, that's going to bring you to your richness. Remember the story of Bill Bright, the first multimillionaire in Amway? He talked to 1,200 people. If you already talk to 3, 4, 5, even 100, it's nothing. I talked to 10,000 people. Brother Rick saw it live.
Amen.
Right?
I saw it live. Yep.
Yeah. I talked to people in the plane, in the train, in the bus, in the ship, in the restroom. I recruit people.
That's true.
Yeah. So you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy in building this business. Because if you want to do it normal, well, you're going to make normal money or you do not make money. You got to have
That's
people
good.
in your pipeline.
Amen.
Without people in your pipeline, ladies and gentlemen, next week you make zero.
That's correct.
I'm sorry I have to tell you all the truth, because the truth will be a little bit hurting,
Tough love.
but tough love. Right? Thank you, Brother Rick. Brother Rick always have the word. You know, he's my wording
That's great.
mentor. So you gotta have all the people in your pipeline,
Yep.
because those are the people you can follow up. And some of them is already about to mature. Somebody already mature. Somebody will not mature at all. They don't see the vision with 1,000 different excuses. Sometimes I
Right.
laugh at their excuses, because basically they're just lazy with excuses. People live with excuses and they'll never get anything done.
That's
All
right,
right.
brother.
So you got to
Yep.
have a vision, ready to go, focus,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
share it with people in the world, and you will see. I almost guarantee you, if you do that every day for 1 year, you will be somebody. Maybe an SPD if you are crazy enough.
I love that.
I agree.
I just
Brother
have
Roy,
I have a really quick question. So, one thing that Brother Rick
said.
told me is to recruit 300 people. Like he's personally recruited 300 people, and I'm working
Yeah.
towards my first 100. But my
Yeah.
question is, how do you build leaders and build a successful team of people that are engaged and come back and do the daily things? Like, what's the best way to build leaders and build successful brand partners in your team?
You know, brother,
And I want to ask Lorenzo that question. I want to get that
I was
answer
going to
from
tell you,
Lorenzo.
to answer with one line, brother, is by example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
example.
By example.
Perfect. Well
Because
said.
you cannot tell your people to do something. And when I say your people, you own just the teams, you cannot tell them to do something that you're not doing.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amen.
Human beings
Perfect.
don't work that way. We never do what we got told to do, but we
Correct.
do what we observe doing.
Very
That's perfect.
true.
Very true.
I'll tell
Well
you one
So you
said,
thing.
think the
brother.
leaders will come up and rise to the top then just by
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. It's that well, this is I'm gonna speak in frequencies. You're gonna vibrate with that people, brother.
Beautiful.
People is not gonna match with you because they're not vibrating at that level. So
yeah.
you're gonna attract.
I told.
And I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if he's still here. I know we have another Zoom, but he was here a bit ago, and well, it happens, brother. I can give you many examples. It happens.
Thank you.
High frequency. Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's so awesome.
Leading.
By example.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Well, we have gone way over time, but so amazingly worth it, right?
Yeah.
Like every
Yeah, it was
minute,
worth
every
it.
word. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Everyone, thank you for your questions. Thank you for coming on the call tonight, Lorenzo. We are so appreciative to
Yeah.
Rick and Roy for their ads.
Thank you, brother.
So beneficial.
Of
So
course.
please come
Yeah.
back and join
Great
us
job, baby.
on Monday to actually learn about the technology. If you were new here tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But with that, we just want you to know that we are blessed that you joined us tonight, and we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everybody. Have a great
Hallelujah.
evening.
Thank you, sister.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Great
Bye
job.
bye.
Roy, Brother Rick,
Bless you all.
Lorenzo, thank you.